What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite, and Generation Zero comes back this week. Finally. And with that comes some hope for the Xbox community and the game's progress as a whole.
Any Xbox updates? No, I have nothing on Xbox right now, but I think there's gonna be some news this week at least. So maybe on Friday if we're lucky.
It's pretty safe to say the summer's been harsh on the whole community, with player counts dwindling and patience being truly tested here for some folks. It's not been great. But now with summer holidays wrapping up in Sweden, we'll hopefully have some good news to look forward to over the next few days in regards to Xbox players, and hopefully getting back on track with updates and the game's momentum in general. The latest bit of news we got on a Xbox update is the end of August or in September at some point. But so far, since coming back from holidays, a lot of the wording has seemed hopefully optimistic. So I'm really hopeful that that's a good sign for the Resistance update and for everyone on Xbox. And we've got quite a bit in store once that is finally realized as well, from a weapon wheel that will totally redefine the game's combat, allowing for much more versatile builds, and hopefully overall a better feeling of fluidity when you're fighting tons of machines. It's also going to be a serious game changer for trap making and using more utility based items like EMPs and the new experimental medkits. We've also got upgrades in store for the Plundra and the crafting bench. With the game's expansion along the way here, us having more storage is going to be really slick. And with the game leaning more into crafting as we go along, having more room to store stuff to craft with is pretty much essential. I think crafting has been one of the coolest things to see expand along the way here through Generation Zero's development, so having more storage so I can use it even more sounds fine by me. And lastly, we've got the rest of the Forest region revamps to look forward to, which I'm excited to see what's in store for the rest of that. There's some really spicy locations left in the region that we still need to see updated. Afterwards, though, what's next? We know what's in the pipeline, but what can we hope for after that? Well, personally for me, I'm just gonna lay my hopes out here. It's not for a new machine or a new island, though we'll talk about that in a second here. It's just for some consistency in the updates here, my dudes. Simple stuff like having reasonable goals and updates, and aim for simple additions as well as fixes, and region revamps maybe being toned down a little bit, but made more consistent, and again, just like regular bug fixes along the way. I think base building was a great addition, but it alongside a really big region revamp, and everything else, plus the fact that Generation Zero's foundation isn't like completely bug free at this point, was maybe biting off more than what the game could handle on all of the platforms at once. Which, yeah, I know, it's maybe a spicy take. I know a lot of people want the new island to open up and a new machine in the game, and I do too, seriously. But I think the Resistance update here really showed that Generation Zero needs some work done on its foundation before we see new major introductions. There's been a ton of progress since launch. I would know, I'm a day one player. But that doesn't mean things are perfect here, and maybe, hopefully, this summer holiday has given a chance for the scope of things to be found again or something. Because if base building was what caused the whole thing on Xbox, then obviously there's something wrong moving forwards there. And if there was just a problem in the Xbox version to begin with, then a proper reassessment should happen on all of the versions and have everything get squared up. Because pre-existing problems, it's a big problem. Now, this Friday, we'll have more news to look forward to. And as I said, I'm pretty hopeful that it's some good news for Xbox. But only time will tell. So, till then, my dudes, stay tuned. And who knows, maybe there's something even more rad in store for us after we get the Xbox version squared up here.